Morning, morning. Morning, morning. Who wants a bacon sarnie with some egg and cheese? Hey, morning Eileen. Long time no see. How are you? Morning Bert. I am well, thank you. Just a quick live. I'm hoping the reception's good enough because I'm thinking of going on a live tonight. So I'm just checking everything again, where I am, or if I have to move. Morning Matthew. Ketchup is a must. Funny you should say that, dude, because here somewhere I have sun-dried tomato ketchup. Thought I'd give it a go. Morning phase one. Hey, you know it too, eh? You know it. I'm always tossing up between ketchup and HP though, to be fair. I think it's more of something on the whim. Check out this is my egg hammock for travelling, yeah? Quite a nifty piece of kit, this. Because the eggs, they live in like a suspended sort of hammock. So it just gives it a bit of cushioning. I love that. Tallulah, hey, hang on 1 second. Charlotte, you're on. Right, any bad behaviour, we've got to blame Charlotte. She's modding. So I've got these, I don't know what you call these, flatbreads, yeah, tortilla wraps. I find it so good for camping because they last longer than what normal bread does, yeah. And what I do with these, I give it, there's a certain way I fold them too. So I can have like a bacon, egg and cheese bit of food. So I'll put the ketchup in 1/4. Don't always use the cheese as a knife, but hey, we do what we must do. Cheese in another. Check back for the rest later. Yeah, I suppose I am now, bold man. The first 2 years wasn't definitely by choice, but this third year, yeah, sort of embracing it. I like my bacon crispy, so I'll get that nicely crisp before I chuck an egg on there as well. From my egg hammock. I am Sean, yep. This Epping Forest is a very special place. And there's a lot of walking around the place. And what regards to the filming as well, what are we cooking? Bacon, eggs and cheese. Crazy Dutch, why are you saying that, man? There's nothing wrong with my hygiene skills. QPR, good morning again. Good to see you back. Why? Where's this come from? You know I had to sanitise the pan first, Crazy Dutch. Heated it right up and then chucked a load of water in it. Ah, Sean, yo, dude. Right, now I make the connection, man. Yes. Where are you? You up at the library this morning? I didn't make the connection then, Sean. Sorry about that, dude. So yeah, in Epping Forest. Been spending a bit of time wandering around the joint. Getting fascinated with mushrooms. The amount of mushrooms here is unbelievable. I've been tempted to chuck some in the fry pan, but I don't know enough about mycology to do that. As much as I'd love to. Although I have been doing a read up, I saw something about these on a video I watched the other week. So I've got myself a couple of these because I've been doing a bit of reading on them, and sounds like a magical piece to add to your repertoire. So I'm going to take a couple of these back and prep them. Wind's getting up. Yeah, Sean, you getting this at the American church this morning? Old Popo Esquire, yes, good sentiment that, man. Yeah. So I got two of them. Quite weighty too. Well, I'll be shoveling this in my face shortly. This will be number one. I'm amazed as well. I mean, I bought this bacon... When did I come here? Must have been 4 or 5 days ago. And I bought the bacon on the same day. I've not kept it in a fridge. It's just been in a bag, in one of these foil-lined sort of food bags. No ice pack or nothing. Still good to go. No smell on it or anything. I've got a couple of burgers in there too as well. I've got to cook them up soon. Cheers, Paul. Morning, Ollie. Well, I'm doing YouTube now for work. Now that I know what they're paying me for putting ads in my videos, my little part-time job that I had up at the street kitchen, I gave that to someone else. Yeah, that's what I need to do today. I've run out of power in all my power banks, actually, Sean. I need to go and get some charge somewhere. Excuse me. You too, Ollie. Sentiment's the same. Right, I think we're ready to transfer this. This is where the magic happens. Check this out. You ready? I'll get me bacon. Bacon can go on the cheese side, I think. Yeah, it's hot. And the egg goes on there. Fold that, you're watching? So fold that in half and fold it in half again. And you've got yourself a nice little leak-proof pocket to chew on. Delicious. Convenient. Tell you what, not too shabby. Someone's yelling for a dog. Let me show you where I am. That's my outlook. Even whilst I've been here, I've even been changing spot every day. I've not stayed in the same place 2 days running. Must be something going on up here. Excuse me. Michael, don't you know? Ah, Ollie, yeah, good point. Yeah, he's testing a couple of solar panels. Going to get back to me. Ollie Hansen, good man. Sorry, Paul. You know, if you were closer, I'd offer you one. Kane, I grew up in New Zealand, man, but I'm in the UK at the moment. The title of the slide gives it away. It's called Epping Forest. Honest question from Emil, J.A. Emil. Honest question I have to ask you. Is dumpster diving a popular thing in your country? I don't know if popular would be the right word. It does happen. I've seen it happen. But I think what a lot of places tend to do was a lot of food sharing programs over this way. So I think a lot, I won't say a lot, but you know, a good proportion of the food that would end up in the dumpster otherwise gets picked up by these food heroes and distributed amongst those that want it free of charge. It's quite a good little system they've got going on. But I mean, you do see dumpster diving. Depends on your take on what popular is. Cottage pie, you bastard. QPR. Yes, that's what I need, a cottage pie. Mum's made cottage pie as well. I don't want Mum. Going on up where, Isaac? I won't call a bacon, egg and cheese wrap skill, Fraser, but I get the sentiment, yeah? No, I'm not homeless in America. I don't think I'd want to be homeless in America at the moment. Yusef, I don't understand that, man, but I'm gonna go back to that comment and translate it later, because I don't... Can anybody translate Yusef's comment? Afayette Olsen. Always Isaac, always toasty cozy. I do, yeah. Kiwi Drill, good username. Over a decade now. That's what you want to do with all that money you've got, Sean. Invest in something to get you nice and comfy at night so you do sleep, yeah? Decent air mat. And a good sleeping bag, man, and a pillow. Yeah, Michael Silver, it's a... Michael Silver? Did you ever stay at a backpackers in Bath in Somerset? Michael Silver. Was that you? All right, Mike. Nice to see you, Mike. I think of the UK like I do any other Western country. It's not for public consumption, though. Morning, Jan. How are you? Nice to see you in here, love. Sizzle chest, ahoy. I know, I don't know. Ollie, you bring up a good point there, Mum. Like, we in the UK, we can quite happily mooch outside without fear of getting bitten by snakes or deadly spiders, coming across hyenas or bears. I don't know what it would be like to be living this lifestyle in the countries that have got that type of wildlife. That would just be, you wouldn't sleep. I don't know how you'd go on to living wild in those places. Madness. Dry fasting nomad, hello, good morning. YouTube dry fasting. They give me a little stipend for allowing me to put adverts. I just saw a heart go up the screen. Can everyone just take about 5 seconds and tap that thing you're all mad to make those hearts go up? Apparently it does something good. I don't know what it does. Jeanette, good morning. I do, yeah. Well, Jeanette, you know, what else can you do? You've got to embrace what you've got, yeah? You don't excuse me, wind's picking up. If you don't embrace what you've got and where you're at, you're going to be miserable and depressed, aren't you? So make the most of that situation. Enjoy it. Get on with it. Enhance it. Do what you can with it. Just don't get depressed in your situation, because once that happens, and trust me, I know because I've been there, once you start getting depressed and pissed off with where you are, it's a road you don't want to go down, eh? Scandinavian. What is the definition of Scandinavian? Sorry, I'm skipping the odd question here, and I don't mean to be doing that. So, Ribeiro. That's another one I need to translate. Maybe, Charlotte, can you get onto those translations? Mente jogo rapido mesmo and astro... You'll see a few on there in a foreign language. I'd just like to know what they're saying. I am. I want to do another one now. So we're going back on the cradle. I've got this really nice tripod. One of those subscribers posted it to me. And I'll tell you what, it's one of these like Gorilla Grip ones. Magical. You can stick it anywhere. Don't want a leaf in there, do we? I'll use up the last 2 pieces of my bacon, I think. Go for that one again. I've paused the questions on my side, the comments, so I will get back to them in a moment. Oh, I should let that heat up first. Oh. Amazonas. You're from the Amazon. Well, hey. Cheers, Dan. Appreciate that. 120 watching, 136 now, Paul. Paulie D, the Railway Wanderer. So I see those hearts going up, but I'd love to know, can anybody tell me what they do? I'm a big fan of dumpster diving, actually. Not just for food, but, well, I don't really do food in the dumpster, but there's other stuff you can find. There's lots of stuff that gets thrown out. You think, why is that being thrown out? Oh, shit, what have we got going on? Excuse me, we've got a fire. Safety 101. Always clear the leaves away from where you're cooking, yeah? Because stuff like this could happen. Right, let me deal with that for a moment. We don't really want that on camera, do we? Just wet the ground. Start again. I don't really want to touch that because it's going to be so hot. Good job we're not in summer. That could have been a bit dangerous. Right, normal programming has resumed. The fire alarms have been turned off. You can see I didn't panic there, eh? Panicking doesn't get you anywhere. Even if you've got time to give a little bit of a lesson in the middle of the mayhem, it's all good. Whee, wind, bloody hell. I might have to move back into the shelter of the woods today. I moved out last night because of the high winds that we hear, and I just didn't want any deadfall going on the head, yeah? Right, where was I? Yeah, honestly, it's not much of an income, you know, but it pretty much covers what I had from doing the other job, so that's all right. Right, I've just skipped to the bottom of the questions because they were getting quite a lot. So if you ask the question, you have to ask it again. I'll see if I can keep up. I have. I was a big fan of the Dakota fire pit when I used to work the festival circuit, because you weren't supposed to have fires in where you were camping. So I used to dig a little hole and make a little entrance. It was all good. I don't use oil. Try not to use cooking oil. I use proper butter every time. Aussie Jace, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. No, I'm not illegal, Gerald. I'm not. I was made homeless 3 years ago. That's what, 32 what? Pence or pounds? Bacon, yes, bacon. Oh, it's not ready yet. Thick cut smoked bacon. They should. It's like a natural jet stove, isn't it, the Dakota fire pit? What are we on? Woohoo. Yep. Cool, Chris. Yes, it does in some regards. I grew up in New Zealand, Jack, but I'm down in I'm at Epping Forest at the moment. Sizzle chest, yes. The bacon burp with an aftertaste of egg and cheese. That's the only thing, you know. I mean, food, and there's certain things you still need to keep in touch with the system for, you know. Then it would be good to be like we used to be. But it's just so much to learn, so much to organise. Yeah, I don't think you can really do it on your own. You really need a community to live wild. So you've got like different responsibilities being taken care of by different parts of that community, you know. But you're all working together for that bigger whole. No, I've only seen like 3 people the whole 5 days I've been here. It's been really nice. Sing a song? You don't want me to sing a song, man. Trust me. Apologies if I'm missing your questions, but they're picking up quite quick. Takes a village, mate. Yeah, community, village. Somebody did a test. So many people you need in a community to be sort of self-sustainable and self-reliant. I'm going to be extravagant on this and put 2 pieces of cheese on. Okay, less of the grandpa, eh? I think it's a beard. Right, let's chuck another egg in there. Fork force there, you in the gutter as well? Food, yeah, and essentials, I suppose. Actually, no, it probably is just food at the end of the day, isn't it? The necessities, the basics. So downwind. Yeah, I'm going to move back into the forest today. It's too windy out here. Or at least find a non-deadfall area. I only do that with organic rubbish. We're doing pepper. Groundhog Day for brekkie. Indiana, woohoo! Kimberley, hello. My dad spent a bit of time in Indiana when he was a scout. Went over there on the jamboree of 1950 something. Scout jamboree. He went there for that. He was one of half a dozen scouts they sent from all over England to represent England at the jamboree in Indiana. Still keeps in touch with a few people as well that he met. Some of the other scouts that went, and some of the hosts as well that put them up over there. Right. We flip the egg. I'm glad the fire's out. A bit dodgy that was. That'll do. Right, let's start again. Bacon. Put the bacon on the cheese this time. Oh, I hear a voice. There's about a dozen cyclists careering through the forest over there. Anyway, see the magic again. In half again. I'm so glad I discovered that. I can't remember where I got the idea. I think it might have been another YouTube video actually. Yeah, I can definitely recommend 2 slices of cheese. You do taste the cheese more. Not bad, these wholemeal tortilla wraps. They last really well. Right, where was I? No, I'm not from Australia, Aussie Jess. Janet Womboy. Hello. Was that in the last video? Fast thing, yeah. Morning outdoor swagger. Mystery voice, yes, I'm in England. That is also. I'm in Epping Forest at the moment. It's not difficult because I've got the one I'm using. I've got a new spare one in my bag as well. Paul in New Zealand. Hello and thank you. It is. It is Cannon. Thank you, ma'am. All is well. $137 people in this. watching me eat a bacon and egg wrap. Wonders will never cease. 63 likes gets 100. What gets what? 100 what? Yeah, I'm not into this fast food business. I mean, you could probably classify this as a fast food meal, yeah? Bacon, egg, cheese, and usually white bread, which I don't do. Sorry, Charlotte, I was just wondering what that was that popped up. I think I jumped the gun there. You're on the case, I know, yeah. Yes, Ollie, I think you might have mentioned that in a comment back in the day when it first took off. The adapter for your butane gas fillers, gas lighter fillers, that you can fill up the, yeah. I remember you saying, somebody said something about that. That's so true, Outdoor. It is exciting times. Texas, woohoo! Watch out, we've got a Texas in the house. Texan. Actually, Gary, that's not a bad ratio when you think there's 130 people, so half of them have liked it. When you look at videos, for every 1,000 views, you're lucky to get, 100 likes. It's only like 10% actually interact with the platform. That's what I've noticed looking at the analytics. Enjoy the gym, Paul. Alexis, I am near Hangman's Hollow, is it? Hangman's Hollow? Or something like that? That's where I am at the moment. Not for long now, I've said that, I'll have to move. I get 120 people shooting down here. Right, wonders you'll never see, say Sid. A homeless Kiwi in Epping Forest having a bacon, egg and cheese wrap with tomato sauce dripping down his face. Let's just shut up to 84 now. I think you might have given him a bit of a guilt trip there, Paul. Wendy, good morning. No plans, it's not on the radar. I've not even thought about that, Wendy. The weather's shit though, isn't it? That's the thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I hear that so much, DD, and it's so true. I've got this friend who works, he's a CEO of a company. Well, not a CEO, the next one down from the CEO. And he's 2 months away from that. If he was to lose his job, it'd be 2 months from not being able to afford his mortgage or all his upkeep and everything like that. It's crazy when you think about it. We shouldn't live with that much insecurity. No, I wouldn't Eva's apprentice. Wouldn't use a camping chair. Not at, just again to carry. I do have, which is a nifty. Oh, let me show you this actually. This here, it's like a folding sort of chair in a way, but it's just the fabric part of it. It's got 2 stiffeners down either side, and that's sort of a fabric hinge. And in that, I put my blow-up mattress, fold it in half, blow it up as much as I need it, and it creates a chair. And that weighs bugger all. I mean, that's, there. 16%. Bloody hell. That soon went down. Let's check if I'm charging. Yeah, it's charging now. Ollie. Yeah, Ollie, I'm going to get one of these stoves, the dual fuel stoves. Now you tell them, Gary. Bloody hell, what's going on, eh? Stay to some people. Especially me with my sauce on my face. Oh, hey, someone just given me £5. Somebody with a P in their name is all I have. Paulie D. Dude, thank you. Appreciate that, mum. I've not seen any cricket places around here, Alexis. But yeah, it's sort of, if you were to look at it on the map, it would be halfway up on the north-hand side of Epping Forest. The north-hand quarter of Epping Forest. You say that, Wendy, getting worried and stuff, but honestly, it's not cold at the moment. It's not. I've still got my pyjama stuff on, like my bed stuff. So I've got this like fleece here. Under the fleece, I've got a nice sort of puffer type jacket, which is really nice and cozy. A subscriber sent me that, it was on my Amazon wish list. Forsaken, if you're listening, thank you. I've got a scarf around my neck and like a thin woolen jumper and just a black sort of skin t-shirt. And I'm fine. I'm not being cold once yet. It will happen, but it doesn't normally happen till about sort of January, late December. Well, at the moment, Paul, I've been in Epping Forest for the last 5 days. Yeah, JAM, well, that happens a lot in the UK. People working but not being able to live. I can. It's a very left of centre question, Robert Brown, but yes, I can sail a boat. I've actually sailed around New Zealand. I love sailing, especially like a catamaran. A bit more fun with a catamaran. Especially when you get up on one, just one of you on the boat. Little sailing catamaran. Good fun then. What was that popped up? Cameron, if you're in the chat, I've just had a notification come through on my phone. Thank you for that. Fully appreciated, man. If you, McGee's Puff, have you tried a job at a library, pub or lift operator? I don't understand that question. It doesn't make sense, sorry. Can you rephrase that? Maybe ask it again. Flowers, good morning. There's an issue with that sentiment, Dexter. If we were to second guess everything we're about to say, we'd never speak. Yeah? There's too many snowflakes that take offence to the little things, and if there's people taking offence to me saying this, I'm not going to apologise for that. There's too much of that shit going on in the world. Sometimes you just got to say it, regardless of who it might offend. You need your sailing boat moved. What size is it, Robert? And where is it and where to? I know, Eva's Apprentice, that's crazy, isn't it? 14, there's been something going on with YouTube algorithm at the moment because the subs, it's just always a steady climb. I mean, it was a big rush and a surge and like some sort of explosion to 10,000. Since then, it's slowed down a lot. Even the views and the likes, everything on the analytics stopped at about 10 grand. Not stopped, but slowed right down. But now it's just like it's a steady uptick. It's like about, I think I worked it out, it's about 100 to 150 subs a day, and then it dropped to about 100 subs a day, and now it's down to about 50 a day. It's I don't understand why, because I've not really done much in the way of releasing videos lately. It's not for want of not recording them, because I've been recording them on this new camera, with the mic and stuff, but when I'm going to edit them, it's the audio. It's really starting. Even now today, it still plays up on occasion. So I've got all this footage that I've recorded for putting together these individual videos, and there's parts of them which either don't have audio or the audio is just absolute shit. You know, it's got that warbling, waffling, sort of vibratory, echoey thing in the background. I can't do anything with it because I'm just editing on my phone at the moment. So there's a lot of footage I can't use, which is why the uploads have been not as prolific as what they once were. But the one I did the other day, the tarp sets, I managed to get some usable footage from that, even though there was some in that which didn't have audio or the audio was shit. I've managed to make like a 10 to 50, I can't remember how long it was. Anyway, waffle. Morning, Anthony. Are we well? I am. I'm brilliant. I don't know why that is, Al. I don't know why the government... Government's a far stretch of the imagination, isn't it? They don't govern much at all, if anything. Honestly, all they do is manufacture hate and derision. That's what they're good at. They like to keep us divided. Outdoor swagger, yeah, it's far better than what YouTube. I mean, I think they keep like 4%. So, to give you an example, I withdrew £72 the other day, and I think I got £69 in my bank. So the percentages, whereas YouTube, there was a gentleman that's got another channel. I worked this out as well. I did some sums on it. I quite like math. And he donated me £50 via super chat, super thanks or whatever, which I'm assuming he's been donated as well to get that money to donate to me. So I worked it out. With that £50, that would have started off at just a shy over £72, that £50 start. So he would have been donated £72, which then he got his cut. Once YouTube took a cut, he would have got £50. And then that £50 he then donated to me, and out of that £50 I got £32. So that slowly, YouTube taking their cut here, there and everywhere, lessened that original donation by more than half. And that's what got me thinking with the super chats and the memberships and everything like that. I've since reinstated the super chats because I got a few emails about it. But it just seems like 30% is a fuckload of money. It's a big percentage to take. It was cool, Chris. It was very hard to make the... Luckily I could see it coming, so I got slightly prepared. I'm going to put a brew on. Need a cup of tea. Actually, no, I'm going to have a coffee. I think I've had 3 teas so far today. Yeah, so I managed to get together a load of gear for my first night. And luckily there was a surplus store local to where I was living at the time. What am I doing? Need that. Water. I collected rainwater the other day. I'm still alive, so we know they've not bollocksed up the rainwater situation, have they? "45 minutes, we've got 107 people in the chat. Woohoo! What am I doing? I'm not having tea, I'm having coffee. Proper coffee too, not this instant stuff. What am I missing? Let me get down the bottom. Well, there's a load of questions I just skipped past. I missed your question there, Mr. Brown. Move it to London next year. Sailing boat, you can stay for winter. Yeah, cheers, Paul. Where is it at the moment, though, Robert? We need to know the size and where it is. How many foot? How much rigging? Jeanette, no, my family don't really take the huff. They just appreciate me, really, for what I... No, that's probably putting... I don't know if they do appreciate me. I was a bear then. Shush, people. Said hello. Hello. No, Al, there is help for English people, but normally you need to have a few issues going on throughout your body and your faculties to be able to get it, yeah? Because I don't tick any boxes, I fall through the gaps, yeah? It is, Bill, yeah. PayPal or buy me a coffee, one of those ones. QPR, I think I missed your rant then. I'll have to go back and look at that after. It's probably one of those I skipped past. Walton. "26 foot's a good one, man. It's a good size, nicely manageable." Yeah, I'd be keen on that. Send me an email, Robert. Email's in the bio. kiwilondon@gmail.com. So this is a coffee I have. It's a Starbucks one. I know it's corporate, but they do nice freeze-dried instant fresh coffee. It's really nice. Yes, I think I saw that. Did I, Charlotte? Is that the one I just read out, or is this a message sent elsewhere on this platform? Greg Ford's from Scotland. Good morning. There is government assistance, Bobby boys, but I don't get any help off the government. I'm not going to bend over and get shafted by them for a few pounds, yeah? Not when I don't agree with anything they do. PayPal is set up. They don't take any percentage of nothing. You donate £5, I'll get £5. They don't take any, because you do it with that to friends and family one, yeah? So you're not paying any percentage. Yeah, I've got some bicarb in my bag, dry fasting. Gold Coast, Australia, Rebecca, hello. Bet you got beautiful weather there at the moment. Malachi, I'm in Epping Forest and just out in the outskirts of London at the moment, and I have been here for the last 5 days. Warm and well all the time, Guy, thank you. I'm in Epping Forest, London, Malachi. That is right, Donna. You know it. Yeah, I think there's some setting as well. Charlotte, you might be able to look at that. I know there is a delay. Like at the moment, the last question I'm reading is from Malachi, and it is the same. Is it the same Epping with the Bell Hotel? Well, it's the forest part of Epping, but yes. No, I do not get scared. No, I gave up being scared a long time ago. There's certain individuals that feed on fear, and I refuse to give them anything from me so they can do one. Cairns, Australia, Lois, woohoo! I know, and I didn't realise it was bloody Halloween last night, wasn't it? And somebody told me via an email that Epping Forest is one of the most haunted forests in England. I stayed awake for a while. I didn't see any ghosts or ghouls. Malachi, that's a long, difficult question to answer, that, how I became homeless. More difficult than finding my cup at the moment. I don't even know what I've done with it. Excuse me, whilst I go on a hunt. I need to have a tidy up here, honestly. Ah, watch out. Yeah, that's a must. Is that Guy Gill? There is loads. I've seen loads of deer. I've got one on film as well. It's in one of the previous videos I just put up actually. So Cameron, no, I do not get scared. I hope that answered your question. Guy Gill, thank you. Greg Forbes, real offer, I can put you up for nothing. Where would you put me up though, Greg? I don't know, you know, I don't know if I'd want to be back in accommodation full time. I've thought about this long and hard because I don't think YouTube's ever going to give me enough to get back into accommodation full time. I can't seem to hold down a job because I like to speak my mind regardless of who it is to, and that gets me in a bit of trouble on occasion. I would like to have some sort of bolt hole, as it were, something I can go to when I feel the need. At the moment, I'm using cheap hotels with what money I get. I was in one over a week ago now, just for one night. You know, it's just nice to get in there. I did an early check-in. I think it cost me 80 quid all up. This was in Victoria in London. But I was in there for 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I checked out at 10:30, 11 o'clock the next day. And it was just nice to just organise myself. I lost count of the amount of the hot showers I had. Cooking up food in the hotel room the same way I do out here. Yeah, so I don't know if I'd want full-time, but definitely a bolt hole I can go to whenever I feel the need. I hope that answers your question, man. There's something special about spending the majority of your time outside in nature. It really is. Essex to Sao Paulo, woohoo. Well, get the fuck out of here. Jay. Fucking hell. Dude. Fucking hell. It certainly does, man. Jay, bloody hell. I don't know what to say, man. You've made a Kiwi speechless. Yeah. Robert, the boat. That's a year away though, isn't it? Fucking hell. Jay, what have you done, man? Thank you, man. It's a pity we can't hit that like button for Jamie. Can we hit the like and send the likes to his channel, possibly, his profile? Nigga from Iran. I do want to travel the Middle East. That's one thing I want to do. I want to cycle. I've been watching this fella Max Groving on his bike, and he's just gone through Afghanistan and Pakistan. He's in Tunisia now. I'd love to cycle Africa and the Middle East area. That was been quite nice watching him. Yeah, do, Robert. Seriously, do. Apex Cad, you got to watch this one, Charlotte. He says a few dodgy things on the chat. No, I refuse to do that, Boz. Stay away from homeless shelters. It's all right for some people, but not for everyone. NZ is New Zealand Hajda. NZ, New Zealand dollar. They use a dollar there. Different to the USD. That is damn straight, Eva. Is that the exchange rate, man? Don't forget to take 30% off that as well. Nice one. I think you can all give Jamie a few more likes on that. He's only got 16 there. There's 119 people in this chat that have seen this. He should be getting at least 100 likes. Not my likes, on his likes. Take the hearts over to him. I'm just catching up on these now. Yeah, Lois, good point. How to eat when you're on the street. How to eat when you're on the street. Just stay away from the shit food, basically. You know, it takes a bit of effort because you've got to cook it, really, to be eating healthy. You know, you can't be just buying all this convenient food all the time. I say just having bacon, eggs and cheese in a tortilla wrap, but hey. Tea last night was a chicken stir fry. I had some chicken pieces that I cut up, and this was good time of year as well to eat healthy because your food lasts a lot longer without a fridge. I was going to dig a hole, but that's when I was planning on staying in one place. But after my first night, I thought, no, I don't need to stay in this one place. I can actually I can go exploring around Epping Forest. So I've just been moving every night, going around different places in Epping Forest. It's been quite nice. But yeah, I'm a meat and 3 veg, you know, so meat, veg, and something extra. Keep it simple, yeah. So when you start adding all this unnatural processed stuff, that's when your health takes a hit. Yeah, Northern Terriers mostly Aboriginals up there, though, aren't they? That's why, because they get short end of the stick, unfortunately, like any other indigenous population. Look at any discovered Western world, yeah? Didn't need discovering, it was already found by those that lived there before they were ousted by the white man. I say, being a white man. Am I voting? What am I voting for? Tell me what I'm voting for, Jeeper. Ah, rainy Scottish, eh? G'day, Ron. From the north, Jordan, hello. Tuning in from Auckland, Nosphere. Guinea pig farmer. Raw eggs, yes, they are. You can, Boz. Let me show you. Beautiful colours this time of year. I would gate you out of my little shelter I've got going on here, but I don't have my shoes on at the moment. There you go, Boz. I hope that was satisfactory. 12:30 AM in New Zealand. Kevin, you need to sleep, man. Yeah, well, look at the larders back in the day in the old Victorian terraced houses, yeah? It was just a hole put in your kitchen with a vent going to the outside where you used to keep your bread and your milk and your butter and things that needed freezing. Then you started getting the people selling blocks of ice as well, didn't you? And now they make food it's like they did with electricity. They started creating these things that you needed in your home, and to do that you needed electricity. It's the opposite of what they do. They create a situation that instills fear and then present the solution, which at the end of the day is usually very detrimental to our either freedom or well-being or health. They create the problem first and then give us a shit way of dealing with it, when they just don't need to create any problems, just let us get on with it. It is a lovely view, you're right. I've had this for 5 days now. No, because that would entail Cameron staying in one place if I was to dig a fridge. I was going to, like I said, but Hegelian dialectic. Dialectic. Hegelian dialectic. Wendy Blank. You got me intrigued there. Something to do like electricity being squashed out or something? I haven't yet, Alexander. I do have some very fine wire with me though, just in case it comes to that. Should society break down whilst I'm hunkered down in a forest or a royal park somewhere, then I'll have a way of sustaining my protein. That, and I've got a slingshot as well. Yeah, Emil, that's true, man, what you say. I wish more people did realise this and started doing things that don't play into the system, you know, because there's far too many people out there that take everything as gospel, shall we say. And in this regard, the gospel is not what you want to be listening to. In fact, it's the last thing you want to be listening to, is what they push. It's no, not the place. It would if you're in New Zealand, Bill. That's what they did as well. There was a load of people, a load of the locals in Rotorua. Rotorua in New Zealand is a very thermally active area. And you got a lot of the locals back in the 80s that were digging holes into the ground and putting pipes in to run water to it for heating. Yeah. There was even some really clever people that were using it for generating electricity as well. Didn't take long for the government to come, or for the officials to come along and put a kibosh on that. So they couldn't use what was on their property for their own gain. Which is why you even get charged. I think you do here as well. You get charged for the rainwater. If you want to just use rainwater, if you're out in wherever, and you want to just use rainwater, they'd charge you for that privilege. Do one. Why? Yeah, I wash mine by hand as well, Fred. When I check into a hotel, like I said before, I do on occasion, I'll just jump in the shower with my sort of basic clothes on, and I'll soak up with all the clothes on me, get wet, and then I'll slowly take them off, rinse them off, and then hang them up to dry. Usually ask them to turn the radiator on. I use the hairdryer in the hotel room. That's washing by hand. Washing with body as well. Matter. Henry, hello, welcome. Past your bedtime, isn't it? Oh, interesting, Wendy. Okay, right. So yeah, that's what they do then, isn't it, Wendy? One thing that strikes me as well. Get this here. I got a funny little something I've become aware of, and I've been aware of this for quite a while. Question for you. Let me get to the end of the comments. Right. When you've got what is the owl? The owl is known as the owl is wise, yeah? A wise owl. Owls are known as being wise. You're going to love this, trust me. So the owls are known as being wise. When you've got more than one, when you've got a group of owls, what is a group of owls called? They're called a parliament. It's a parliament of owls. Why is our governing system named after a group of wise beings when there's not one wise person in them? Ask yourself that. Wendy, you're very intelligent on that matter. You really are. Totally, 100%. I'd like to have a pint with you. Jamie, yeah, I'll see you in the trenches, man. My bike, Apex, is here. At least it was when I last looked. There you go. It's lying down there. Catherine, yeah, it's getting hard all over the place. It really is. Challenging. I don't really like the word hard because hard suggests it can't be done. It's challenging, yeah? Anything is possible. Anything is possible if we use this. Don't rely on this. Rely on this. Listen to this, because they don't like it when we listen to this. If we use this all the time, they don't like this. They don't like it when we do that. We need to stop thinking and just start doing, yeah? As Yoda said. A group of eagles is a congress. What the fuck is all this about then, eh? Parliament of Owls, Congress of Eagles. America's bloody national bird is the eagle, isn't it? Interesting, man. It's all subliminal, isn't it? Off track with Matt. Long time no see, man. How are you? Mario, I read that as you are odd. It said you are cold, yeah? No, I'm not cold. Yeah, nice one, Ollie. Ah, the beehive. Yes, Anne Perman, the beehive in Wellington. Is that what you're referring to? Fat and hairy. It's most politicians, isn't it, really? At the moment, that seems to be the case, Emil, but I think with a little bit more education coming from the right people that don't really get a voice a hell of a lot at the moment, because we're just fighting amongst ourselves, or they've created this infighting, haven't they? I mean, you look... Oh, I can feel a rant coming on here. I can really feel a rant coming on. That's true, QPR. I am staying warm, Matt, I am. I've not felt the chill yet. I didn't last year till sort of mid-December. I know, yeah, south of Spain. I know. Now, the last time this subject was broached, I said I was waiting to see what YouTube were going to pan out with the monetary terms, yeah? And I know roughly what that is now, and it's definitely doable. Because I'm going to be earning about the same as what I got off my greasy kitchen job. So the next issue I need to tackle, two issues I need to tackle before I set off, and that is get my bike up to spec or get another bike. I've emailed a few bicycle companies. Surly was one, to see if they wanted to gift me a bike, but I've never heard back from Surly. I've never heard back from Sonder, so I'm thinking I might try the likes of like Rally or Giant next. It would be nice to get some sort of touring bike, hybrid type bike for touring, something that's all up to spec. And the second thing I need to tackle is my belongings situation. I'm carrying too much. But having said that, if that is distributed sensibly on the bicycle, it probably wouldn't be an issue. So I need to, this bike's no good for touring on. It's an off-road bike, yeah? It's all right for carrying the weight, but it's 27.5 inch, 2.5 inch tyres. It's not a bike for be doing long distance on. So that's the next thing I need to get sorted. Or just acquire one from around London that's been abandoned. That's always a good fallback. Right, that's the deal, Wendy. I've just seen your comment there. You can use a metal detector on beaches in England without getting fined, and riverbeds as well. No, I don't like the trailers, Alexander. I have tried them before. I don't get on with them. Tamil Viran from India, hello. I hope you're well. Good morning from the, actually good afternoon from the UK. Yeah, I've got the brown one up today, but only because the trees were just far enough apart for that. But I do have my green 4x4 here that was gifted by Benari Blackie, otherwise known as Bonnie. Cheers, Charlotte. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Well, don't wish that too soon, QPR. I cherish every moment I get to spend with my parents. I can't live with them. Can't stay with them for more than 2 or 3 days. But that 2 or 3 days that we were good, yeah, and I cherish every moment of that. They're both getting on a bit now. No, I can't do trailers, Anna. I have tried them. Boris bikes, you can't ride 100 metres without getting a sore butt. Tito Unleashed, the UK is falling, it sure is. I think we need to stop it falling before the likes of all these different protest groups that do all this infighting start to make it worse. There's too much bickering amongst us. We just need to cut that out and direct our energy to those responsible for the bickering, and that's them in the big house down in Westminster. Chain Reaction, man, they've gone under. Chain Reaction are no longer there. They've closed shop. Oh, that's difficult. My grandma had that, QPR. Both nanas had it, actually. Tito, thank you. I do have family, yeah. Sorry, Janet. Yes, I do have family. Yeah, you guys have got to listen to Tallulah Loves, yeah? That is so true, Ollie. What I need to sort, because everything is set high on my bike, you see, so my bedroll is up front on the pizza tray, and I've got the tray on the back, which is above the back wheel. If I could lower the centre of gravity, it would just make it so much more nicer to ride. I very rarely get a lot of shots on the bicycle me riding past, because it would entail me, I've got to stop, lean the, it's just such a gangly weight thing to manage. No, I'm not getting an electric bike, man. No, that's just another, I mean, getting this camera, the new camera that I'm using for the videos and the mic, as nice as the quality is, but trying to get everything set up just right so it's watchable with decent audio. Whereas before I used to turn my phone on, put the front facing camera on, do a bit of filming, do that, piece it together in the CapCut, job's done. It's a whole nother level of challenge that I'm getting used to. Hey, no worries, QPR, you're welcome, man. I'm glad there's some positives that come out of it, yeah? Emil, no, I've never tried the fat tyre bikes. A lot of friction as you're rolling, yeah? Oh, I'll tell you what, this coffee's nice. Yeah, so all this infighting that goes on with all these different groups that are protesting against the system, you know, all that's been manufactured by those, you know, that very small percentage. It's how they keep control. I've got pannier bags. I've got pannier bags in storage. I've got everything I need to just... I've got more than enough stuff, actually. I need to get rid of some of this crap. But it's getting the bicycle to do it. Yeah, the electric bikes are not all they're cracked up to be. I mean, as nice as it is to sail up a hill, I don't see that as being the case, Wendy. Not with myself, anyway. That was a good song, that, wasn't it, Oliver? I'm guessing, I'm getting vibes from an 80s lady singing it, A Fraction Too Much Friction. I'm sure that was a song. friction, too much fraction or something. Oh, I'd love to know what that one said, Charlotte. It's not a matter of updating the bike, Alexander. It's just a matter of getting a bike that is more usable to the journey, basically, because it's going to be, you know, I mean, you got to think, I'd be leaving London, I'd be going across the water to Europe, and from Europe, just fuck, wherever the heart takes me, huh? I do want to go to Africa and the Middle East. So as long as it just it doesn't have to be anything flash, providing it's set up correctly, yeah? It can be scratched and rusty for all I care. I don't mind about that. Yeah, Lee, spot on that. We need to get cohesive with one another and not let them separate us and come up with a solution. Stop participating in the system. Yeah, folding bike does have its bonuses, but not over long distance. Sorry if you want to jump on the odd bus here and there, or jump on a plane or whatever. Cheers, Robert. Yeah, I'll do that. Nice one. It's always good having the options open. Oh, hello, Simon. Hey, you're a bit late to the party there, mate. I'm liking your messages, Wendy. Definitely got the very similar wavelength going on there. Netherlands, Gregory de Graaf. Good afternoon, sir. My cooking system at the moment, for what I had this morning, I had bacon, eggs and cheese in a tortilla wrap, and I got myself one of these low squat gas stoves, yeah? I was used to cooking on like a jet thing, and it was just concentrating the heat in the middle of the pan, but that there, it's a lot lower to the ground, gas can off to the side. Even as a bonus, it sets fire to the leaves as well if you don't clear the ground from beneath you. I discovered that this morning. No panic though, no panic. Cornwall, Cornish Francis, hello. I could do with a pasty. Yeah, do they work? How do you heat the wood up though, Ollie, to get the gas? I do like the idea, I do know the concept behind a wood gasifier, but I can't get my head around the concept of you using energy to heat the wood up, to get the gas. Because you're not using the gas from the wood to heat the wood, are you? Because it's the chicken or the egg thing. I'm just waiting for Ollie's response. I know there's going to be a delay here. I don't know why that got held, Janet. Why would that? Charlotte, Simon, can you just see why that message got held? Because all Janet is saying, good morning, good to see you, so chipper. So why was that held for review, and why isn't it showing still when I push show? Charlotte, Simon, can you just answer that question for me? Oh, there you go. It's showing now. I have thought about the multi-fuel stove. They're a little bit pricey though for me, and the Kelly kettle is a little bit bulky, unless they do a smaller version. Yeah, I'm just wondering why it isolated that message though, because there wasn't anything untowards about it that Janet said. So I don't know why that would have happened. The hoo stove. Is that what it's called, Holly? Yeah, but how does it work? I don't understand the concept between using heat to heat the wood up to produce the gas that you're then going to burn. It seems like it's a non-starter in a way. I mean, you see, it lets one through like what something Nicole has said. So obviously something's gone a bit topsy-turvy with the moderation there. Is it really a swear word? Chipper? Well, yeah, anything could be a swear word these days, couldn't it? Trangia are good, yeah, but you can't find these liquid fuel stoves in the shops anymore. I'd like to get just a mess burner, just as a backup. I know they're not really good in cold weather, but as a backup. Mind you, as a backup, there's wood all over the place, isn't there? I've started using, when I have an open fire, it's a little trick I got off another YouTube channel actually, is Vaseline wadded up in makeup wipes, like cotton pads. That burns for a long while. I've always had the umbrellas, Michael. They're always good. I've always had a couple on my bike. Yeah, it's a good thing with those Dakota Firehawks, Wendy. They are good like that. Providing I always find you need a correct piece of ground though, because you need a high point and a low point to get that tunnel in the side, yeah? That's very nice coffee. I don't normally recommend anything corporate, but those little sachets you get from Starbucks, so nice. You get like a dozen of those sachets for like £4, and it's just like proper coffee. It is proper coffee, freeze-dried brewed coffee. Oh, Lee, come on. That's a sore point, is that? Don't bring up the old umbrellas when I'm stuck with these two for £10 from Sports Direct, it was. Not in my best colour scheme either. I'm more of a greeny, earthy, grey, browny person than blues. Hello, Belgium. Camps like a Buon. Yes, we won't talk about the golf umbrellas, Lee. Sorry. I will cry. I don't cry on camera. I only cry into my pillow. Yeah, I know about the smokeless system for the wood gas. My point with that Apex though is you need an energy source to heat up the wood to produce the wood gas, which you're then going to use that flame for whatever. So you need an energy source before you get the energy from the wood gas. I don't understand how the whole system is a self-contained wood gas stove. Come on, Wendy, don't take offence. I will dip my toes into that side of it on occasion, just for it's bloody nice coffee though. Come on, you want to try it before you hassle. I'm only taking the piss, Lee. Great, that'll work, yeah. I'll take 2 of them. How big is it, Outdoor Swagger, the Kelly Kettle Scout? Because I've seen Carl Piddock using a Kelly Kettle, and It's a bit, actually, it's got like a Dakota fire hole coming up through the middle of it, doesn't it? You heat the water like that, and very little wood needed as well. I watched one of his videos where he used it a few times, and but it you know, it was a fair size. But if you can get a smaller one, I'd be keen on looking at something like that. Gasification is efficient because it has a second burn chamber. It burning the gas separately, hence makes a double burn with less smoke. Okay. Maybe I should Google the wood gas burner and just see what I can actually learn from it. Oh, is Wendy Acosta? Oh, that's it, Wendy. Guys, moderators, Wendy's on Acosta. Get rid of her. I'm good, Elizabeth. I'm good. Yeah, over 1 coffee a day. Normally before lunch. What time we got? 12 o'clock. Hour and a half. Right, I'm cutting this in 1 hour 30. So we have 2 minutes and 5 seconds left before I click the little cross button. Black sheep, man, yeah. Black sheep coffee's good. Actually really good as well. They've actually stopped doing it, and I don't know why they've stopped doing it. They used to have a blackboard on the inside of every Black Sheep coffee shop, and you could go and get a coffee if you're in need, or a cup of tea or whatever. I've used it a few times, but I've also put coffees on there as well. That was a good little thing they had, but for some reason when I inquired about it last time, and actually when I've got money in my pocket as well, before all this took off, I used to go in when I had it and say, look, I just want to put a couple of coffees on the board, because I used it when I didn't have money. And then when I did have money, I put a couple of coffees back. It was a good little thing they had going on, but I don't know why they don't do it anymore. Yeah, Apex, I'm going to have to Google this and have a look. Tia Hollett, Gary, my man, yes. You're a bit late to the party there, Tangfastic. I'm about to hit the off button in another 50 seconds. Cheers, Lee. Thanks for participating, man. See you on the next one. Yeah, I think I put a brew on after this one as well, and put my day clothes on as well. Tea all the way, Charlotte. She's one as well. I will, QPR. Cheers, dude. I'll have a look at that, Ollie. Thanks for the heads up, man. Gregory, thank you. Guinea Pig, thank you. Gary, you too. Jerry, thank you. Apex, Cali Cattle. I'm going to look into a small one. Cheers, Brian. We'll do. Outdoor Swagger. Yeah, it's probably a bit too much. Probably 600 mils, 800 mils I need. See you later, Bill. Yeah, Jamie, if you're still in there. Wendy, thank you for here. Apex, right. I'm off. Take care, guys. Girls. Ghouls.